Biko Ibundomam Demono, I would love you to sit tight to watch this video to the end. Please try your best to share this video to all your social media platforms because the video that you're about to watch is not an AI generated. But first, before we dive into the video, I don't know, have you ever asked yourself why the international community are so interested in Biafra now? Have you ever asked yourself why did they sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment instead of the death sentence they have already written down for Motosho to recite? I want to review a lot of things about the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sentencing and why a lot of international community are very much interested in Biafra as of today, and why Nigeria might face the biggest regret of their decision forever. You see, the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not only just a local case. His case is an international case which have dragged many people, many international communities, and some countries that are high profile into, and that brought so much attention to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Like I always say in my previous video, jailing Nnamdi Kanu was the biggest mistake that Nigeria has ever done. Assuming they keep leaving him at the DSS facilities, it could have been more better, but jailing him has been the worst mistake they have ever done. But sit tight to watch this video to the end. Try to share this video to all your social media platforms.
In the whole world, and dear American President, dear European Union. This is Günther Fellinger-Jahn speaking. I'm calling here from Vienna to recognize the Republic of Biafra. Biafra in ex-Nigeria, Nigeria to my regret, and this is a non-working state, and they have committed genocide in 1967 to 1970 against the Christians of Biafra and the people of Biafra, and now they are all well, since the last 15 years, living in a terrible conditions. They are often led for some jihadists to kill them, and there is atrocities about atrocities. And it's much better for the people of Nigeria if Biafra becomes their own state and they can sort out then inside Nigeria the other issues, or maybe there will be other regions which are better off in this non-working state of Nigeria. So ex-Nigeria must start with Biafra, and the international community, contrary to the 1960s and 70s, must support the independence of Biafra Republic. In the 1967-90, that tragic years, the West was at its weakest. There was the Vietnam War, and tragically Nixon, who was positive for the people of Biafra, but he did very little, and I want to apologize for his failures, and I want to especially criticize and also apologize for the imperial UK and French governments who were actually supporting, due to all interests, Nigerian centralists' crackdown on the poor people of Biafra. And we, as Christians, as Europeans, should absolutely stand with Biafra and support them. And that's why I call on President Trump and on the European leaders, Ursula von der Leyen, please, I beg you, I pray, recognize the Republic of Biafra. It's no need for military intervention or these things. Just do the political steps of recognition of these poor people to have their own state, to live in security, and of course then recognition goes with the ability to be recognized and also to defend yourself. It's much better than having a military intervention in Nigeria, having the Biafra Republic equipped and armed to be able to defend herself against the potential invasion from the Nigerian centralist forces of that failed state. And so here the defense comes with the recognition, and that's exactly how we should do. Biafra Republic, please my friends, I beg you, recognize it and build a strong, viable state, part of the free world, and that's what I call the Fellinger doctrine and also the Fellinger economics. Build a decent state, part of the free world, no BRICS, but OECD, no kind of alignment with genocidal Russia, but alignment with America, with the European Union, with the free world, and we will have a free trade agreement, open economics, of course the flat tax, I like very much, and the currency which Nigeria never did, to join the Euro-Pact area. This is the best policy for West Africa, and Biafra will be a proud member of the Euro-Pact area, and this will be delivering much more prosperity in the future, and we will trade and we will work together in the global partnership of NATO, and this is my call for Biafra Republic to be independent and to be part of the free world alongside Fellinger doctrine and Fellinger economics. For your attention.
The person you see in that video is an Australian chairman on NATO. You see that NATO is really more interested in Biafra and the Mazenande Kanu case. And for those that may not know, a lot of mineral resources have been discovered in Biafra land, which I will not be stating the site it was because of, a lot of people will be looking into it. No. So a lot of more mineral resources have been discovered, and that's why you see all this international community are really interested. And for those may not understand, Nnamdi Kanu is standing in between Islamization of Nigeria and jihadis. You see, when I say that a lot of people could have cried better than the way they are crying now, is because Nnamdi Kanu stand the gap. Those days that they used to read Bible, they said that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Nnamdi Kanu is that only begotten son that is willing to die for the sake of his people. And to tell you how serious it is, he have never compromised. I can tell you that they have offered him a lot of things, even in detention, and now he has been in Sokoto. Last time Rochas went to visit him, he chased him away. Have you ever asked? Because they sent him to come and talk to him if he can accept to be this or that in this coming election. You can go back and then look at Asari Dokubo. He was once agitating for Biafra. But now, who is he now? Where is he? And what is his next move? That's what you have to be looking after. You see, when I say that Nnamdi Kanu is standing a very huge gap for the people of Nigeria and especially the Christian region, they will not know what Nnamdi Kanu is bearing for his sake. And that's why many international community are looking after for him. And Israel have made their own very clear. Now, this is Australia, and NATO is really, really interested in this case. That's to tell you the kind of community that we are finding ourselves now. That's to tell you that Biafran is taking shape, and very soon it will manifest. So, I pray that you live to see the coming of Biafra, and it's going to come in a platter of gold. There is not going to be any fight for it, and there is not going to be any dialogue. Rather, it's going to come in a platter of gold. Have you asked yourself why former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, is not supporting Biafra? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Well, I leave you with that question, and drop your reply in the comment section. Thank you and God bless.